Are you a control player looking for a commander deck that will leave your opponents without any options during their turns? Do you enjoy being immune from your opponent's threats? Well, Grand Arbiter Augustin IV may be the perfect choice for you. The build we will be discussing here today will be a Pillow Fort style deck, which aims to load up on your defenses so your opponent can't touch you. If they can't harm you or afford to cast spells at you, you'll have a lot less to worry about as you work your way towards victory. For our main pillows, we have a series of enchantments and creatures that make it harder to attack you. Propaganda and Ghostly Prison are our key players here. Each will require 2 mana to be paid per creature to attack you. Norn's Annex also provides a similar protection, although the option to pay in life instead of white mana is also present. But would an attack on your life total be worth the more life spent to do so? Windborn Muse is a ghostly prison on a creature, and Blazing Archon, while expensive to cast, will make you immune to attacks while it is in play. Finally, to round out our main pillows, Sphere of Safety provides the ultimate safety. Opponents can't attack you unless they pay 1 mana for each enchantment you control for each creature they want to attack you with. But let's not stop there. We need to make sure the opponent can't cast their game-ending spells. Grand Arbiter will make your opponent's spells cost 1 mana more, while yours will cost 1 less. Rhystic Study will either make your opponent run out of mana faster, or it'll give you loads of card draw. Aura of Silence will keep your opponent's pesky enchantments and artifacts out of your hair, and Spelltithe Enforcer and Chancellor of the Annex will cost your opponents dearly whenever they play a spell. Finally, Grand Abolisher will keep your opponent from doing anything during your turns. We should take a moment to talk about the win conditions in this deck. Since this is a very passive deck, we will need ways to win. Azor's Elecutors was an auto win if you managed to lock down the board for a few turns. Luminarch Ascension gives you 4/4 flying angel creature tokens if you manage to avoid losing life for a few turns. Stormherd takes advantage of those life gain cards in this deck to create a huge army of flying creatures that will launch one vicious offensive on your opponents. Finally, before we talk about the mana base, let's talk about the other thing this deck does best: board wipes. Since we rely more on enchantments than creatures for our strategy, it's okay if we send the field that we have packing to the graveyard. Wrath of God and Day of Judgment both essentially do the same thing, save for the lack of regeneration offered by Wrath. Supreme Verdict also offers a board wipe with the bonus of being uncounterable. Washshot is technically not a board wipe in the sense that it's more of a board bounce. This is a particularly effective card against mono-colored decks. Now that we have all of our spells under our belts, let's talk lands. Obviously, the usual suspects for a dual color deck are still needed, as we need both blue and white mana. So, Adarkar Wastes, Command Tower, Glacial Fortress, Hallowed Fountain, Seachrome Coast, and Temple of the False God are all good options. Reliquary Tower is a must-have to keep our hands from being discarded from having too many cards in our hand. The rest of the mana base is up to your preferences and your ability to add the cards that will make the mana fixing more consistent. So if you're an aspiring control player looking to get into Commander with a fun deck, well, fun for you at least, check Grand Arbiter out and enjoy watching your opponents scratch their heads in frustration as they can't touch you. I hope you enjoyed this Commander deck tech. If so, remember to like and share this video. It really helps the channel out a lot. Leave me a comment with what you think of this deck. Is it fun for you? Have you faced one before? Let me know. Also, remember to subscribe to the Planeswalker Project for more Magic the Gathering Commander videos. And thank you!